Sketch the graph of 4x plus y greater than or equal to 2. I want this in point-slope form. No, I want this in slope-intercept form. That will make it so much easier. So I subtract 4x from both sides. That gives me y greater than or equal to negative 4x plus 2. Can I graph this? You betcha. Do I use a solid line or a dotted line? I use a solid line because y could be equal to this. Doesn't have to be strictly less than. And my y-intercept is 2. My slope is negative 4, so I go down 4 and over 1, down 4 and over 1. There is my line. We've agreed already that it is a solid line, so it looks like this. Now, do I shade to the left or to the right? Well, let's see. What am I graphing? Y is bigger than or equal to negative 4x plus 2. I'm going to test a point. The point I'm going to test is 0, 0. Is 0 bigger than 2? No, 0 is not bigger than 2. 0 is less than 2. So 0 is not part of my solution set. So I shade to the right. Next problem, 37. Sketch the graph of y less than 1/2 x plus 3. Well, it's already in slope-intercept form. Do I use a solid line or a dotted line? I use a dotted line because y cannot be equal to this value. Plus 3 is my y-intercept. 1/2 is my slope. Up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. 2 points determine a line. There's my inequality. Now, is 0 smaller than 3? Absolutely 0 is smaller than 3. So I shade below the line, and we're done with that problem. 38. Describe the slope of any horizontal line. The slope is 0, and it looks like that. Write an example, y equals 2. Describe the slope of any vertical line. Any vertical line has slope that is undefined. The example of an equation would be x equals 3. Describe the domain and range of each relation and whether it is a function. The domain of this function is forget the notation. It's late. We're tired. We have more studying to do. 3. Well, if we're going to write it correctly, we're going to go from smallest to biggest. So the domain of this function is negative 6, negative 1, 1, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The range is smallest to largest, negative 8, negative 4, 7, 11, and 13. Is it a function? Yes. No x value repeats. The domain, I'm not sure I even understand this picture. I think the relation is these 3 points. My domain is -2, -1, and 6, and my range is -3, 1, and 5, and that's a function. Now we have my domain of these values of x, -2, 3, 4. My range is -2, -1, 0. Yes, it's a function because my x's don't repeat. And here, my domain is -1, 2.3, 4, and 5. They don't repeat, so yes, it's a function. And my range is -2, 7, and 9. I don't repeat the 9. I only say it once. There we go. And finally, problem well, stop.